Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Today, we take a closer look at the stories shaping our communities and our future, going past the surface into the context, the impact, and the conversations that matter. I'm DJ Moises. It's the first day of December, just 24 days before Christmas Day, the season of sharing, celebration, and food. And what a way to start December by talking about what we eat and how we give. Joining us today is co-founder of Diet in a Box, Belle and Amadeus, and Mine on Wheels, CHIME OSABEL. Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
good
maayong
afternoon,
hapon.
Deej. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Maybe you'd like to greet your fans.
Hi, guys. I'm already here.
So before we dive deeper into the conversation, I'm sure our viewers would be interested. How did you get into entrepreneurship?
Uh, well, I started working in a private company back in 2012, and then they used to assign me to the business development department. And then right after that, when I've learned the tricks, I've thought about why not just put up my own company? Yeah.
And why exactly food?
Yeah, because I partnered with a really handsome, great chef. His name is Chef Bibo. So if you're listening, hi, I love you. Yeah, so we partnered. I met him 2014, and then he loves cooking. And then at that time, I was at the peak of my sports. So we thought about you know, um, coming up with something that's relative to what I'm doing and what he loves. So thus the diet in a box. Yeah.
I learned, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Diet in a Box started with 6,000 pesos. Is that
Yes,
true?
that is so true. Just 6,000
So
pesos.
how did you grow from 6,000 pesos to 6,000 followers?
Wow, that's a good question. 6,000 pesos. We had a lot of at that time we were, what do you call this? I was still working at that private company, and then I used to force my learners back then to order diet in a box, and then yeah, I just post it online, and apparently, I didn't know that people are also they also love the idea of healthy eating. So that was the start of it. So from just having 10 clients to it became 50 clients, and then now it's like more than 300 clients on a weekly basis. It's amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
So is it more of a personal journey that you focused on calorie counting type of food?
Actually, yes. At that time, I was practicing, I was training for triathlon. Yeah. So my coach would tell me specific diet meal plans. So I've asked Bibo's help, my partner, who's the chef, to help me come up with meals that's really good, but at the same time can also cater to the specific diet that I have. So it's more of a personal journey, and then I started sharing that amongst my friends, and then that was it. People loved it to a point where some people, like some doctors, saw it, and then they've asked me to prepare something for their patients too. And yeah, so it's more of like a personal journey. Then people started. I brought people along to my journey. So yeah.
So how does Diet in a Box make that balance? And the context of the question is, at least for a lay person like me, I always have an impression that if it's diet food, then it doesn't taste good. Or if it's diet food,
No.
but you end up hungry.
No, no, no. That's not really it. Well, true to the most people think of that actually. I get to talk to people who has the same
Perception.
perception of diet, but like the theory of diet is what diet is all about: what you eat in a day, what you eat in a week, what you eat in a month, in a year. That's what the theory of diet is. Um, what we're promoting is an advocacy of healthy eating. So the concept's more of because it depends subjectively what a person wants, right? What you want to achieve. Most people who are doing sports, they truly understand the concept behind nutrition. Those people who have medical condition, they also understand the wisdom of that. Some people, they do that for lifestyle. So yeah, it matters depending on the person's goal. Um, so the advocacy of diet is in a box is more of like switching. Um, the advocacy is switching people to a healthier way of eating. Yeah, that's just really it.
What about people like me who's into lechon, kawali, and especially that we're moving towards the holiday season?
Yeah. Oh, like I also eat lechon. Most of my friends eat lechon too. I love lechon. P.S. I love lechon. Yes. But like it's all about like mindful eating, Tej. It's really all about that. I love the concept of making the complex simple. No, in terms of like dieting, there's like a lot out there. Like you have to do this, you have to do that. There's like a lot of science thing. But for me, doing this for 11 years, the concept is really about mindful eating, most especially if you're running through a challenging season like this Christmas time. Like myself, I have a competition this January, and I need to be on a specific weight. So what I do is that I also need to enjoy because I have another business, right? Which is Bella Namadea. So I really have to find that balance. So what I do is that I just really have to be mindful about what I eat. So they call it what they, it's more of like a calorie counting thing, but like I don't do so much of one dish. Like I get one from a little from to my plate, a little and all that.
So that you don't feel deprived.
Yes, exactly. And then, but what I do, I don't know if most people do this, but I'm, I've learned so much about sugar, and it's really terrible for your body. And sugar actually makes your, it's a reason why you get also fat. So I try to avoid high sugar food or beverages, and then that's just really it. Yeah.
By the way, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think you're the expert of this question because some of our viewers do not necessarily understand the impact of sugar. So, which is worse, sugar or carbohydrates? Because carbohydrates also has sugar.
Sugar, yes. Well, too much of something is really bad, right? Insert Spice Girls. There's a Spice Girls song for that. Too much of something is bad. If there's a lot of sugar in your body, like it signals so much in your body, so it stores a lot of fats too. So it becomes fat. So carbohydrates, it's actually needed for your energy, so most especially if you like work out, like you badly need carbohydrates depending on your activity for the day. But yeah, to answer your question, sugar, you have to avoid that, like a lot of that you have to avoid.
You obviously look fit. No?
Yeah, thank you so much. I try my best.
So the usual question that we've asked also a couple of our guests in the past. Okay, especially now with social media, there's a lot of content, and then a
Yeah.
lot of them claiming to be true. But how much when a person wants to get fit, ba? How
Yeah.
much of it is food and how much of it is exercise?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my goodness. Thank you for asking that question. Because
This is the top five
This is the
already.
top. God, I'm nervous. I love that because I need to like share this idea to the world because it's really nutrition first. You can't. There's a saying that goes, you can't exercise your way out from a bad diet. Yeah. So you really have to like focus on your nutrition. You have to know your limitations. And then if you eat bad food and then work out, it wouldn't really do well. So focus on nutrition and at the same time work out.
So now the next question is for those who will eventually venture into business, your would-be
Yeah.
competitors. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Actually, there are.
So
There are
so how do you manage the operational challenges no for running this is a food delivery business,
Yes,
right?
yes. It is a cloud kitchen, and we've been in the industry for 10 years already, since 2014.
So just in case we have viewers who want to be your competitors, what are the lessons learned no, running an operation, especially for food delivery?
Ah, okay. I should lie at this point so that no one would succeed. No, but but to be honest with you, when we started Diet in a Box, we did not know that there were also other food delivery service at that time,
It started
2014.
even before the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
continue.
2014. So like we didn't know. We were just really focused on I think what worked for us is really sticking to the reasons why we're doing what we're doing. And I put life to that. I always tell my friends at that one too. So if they see you that you're really doing the work, I mean, people would really understand your advocacy right away. So if you want to succeed on this business, then you really have to put life to your purpose, to your advocacy. I think that what makes the business strong, like for 10 years now. Other than that, what else?
No, but I think that that's a good point because among my personal advocacy also for people who want to go into business,
Yeah,
I think the paradigm will have to shift because a
exactly.
lot of people would always ask friends like, "Where's the money?"
Yeah.
And then they venture into that business
Yeah.
instead of asking themselves what's the value they can bring and
Exactly.
then make money out of it.
Exactly. You know, to add to that, like when we started, we never really thought about like profiting. It was just really sharing. It was really sharing my journey, like to the community, and we never thought about profit. And then it was just a surprise that oh my God, so we're profiting from this.
It actually comes from the mindset that you truly believe in
Yeah.
what you do.
True.
Diba? Because we can only sell what we believed in.
Exactly.
So if it started, to your point, like an advocacy about
Yes.
eating right,
Yes.
and because you believed in it, then more
Yes.
people would also be part would be willing to part with their with their money
Yes.
to join you in that journey.
Exactly. Yes. They get inspired by you too. That's what's the most important thing.
Sige, let's go back to so that we will not grow more competitors. Let's go back to what's the
Hi,
common
competitors.
what's the most common misconception, especially for Filipinos, about
But
healthy eating?
oh, that
Wow.
it's like bland, that it's like
Like you eat
hospital
just
food.
peanuts and then
Yo.
you're healthy already.
But like like the gun kayo bitaw, the people
Yeah.
think of that. I swear to God. But that's a lot of misconception out there. Like that it's not delicious, that it's not flavorful, that you're going to remove so many things. Well, tinuod na when we started there were a lot, but like it's very it's different. The concept of diet has also evolved all throughout the years. Even like different concepts of diet. Like right now with Diet in a Box, we have like 5 different meal plans. We have the calorie counted. This is the part where I'm going to sell you guys. The calorie counted, the keto, the lean machine, the vegan, the pescatarian. All 5 they have like different concepts of dieting. The pescatarian focuses more on seafood, right? And vegetables. Then we have vegan, which is all plant based. Then we have keto, which focuses more on good fats. And then we have the lean machine, which is high protein and enough carbohydrates. And then we have the calorie counted, which is just really the basic concept is you count the calories. So a lot of misconception about dieting is that like bland gid siya or siya lasa or kanang di jud ka mag-enjoy, you know. But that's not really what we're experiencing. For 10 years now, a lot of people have enjoyed the idea of switching to a healthier way of eating. In fact, like it's reasonable pag yun siya for most people because on a usual we get to spend a lot, right? But if on healthy eating, mas barato siya actually if you think of it. Like if you go for like a week thing, so that's another misconception because they say dieting is very mahal or it's very
I
expensive.
heard about that also.
But it's not really. It's very reasonable. If you really think of it, if you put your pen and paper in, compute everything in, mas barato gid siya. Yes, if you do the dieting. So that's just it. If mahal and it's not as delicious as regular food.
This one, I hope I will not get into trouble, so please don't judge me. But I do have a curious question.
What?
I've met some people who are vegan.
Yes.
And they are still on the heavy side,
What do you mean
What?
heavy side?
meaning overweight.
I'm oo.
Oh,
But maybe
how-
they're still
Sige.
bago pa sila sa journey.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Pero you really think that aside from maybe genetics also has a
perhaps.
factor? Perhaps,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
Okay,
Maglahi
that's
gid siya,
also the
Dij.
question inside my head. No,
Yeah.
whenever people would say that they're vegan, I have a misconception that they should be fit.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, na. Na gani mi, we have several clients. Actually, sa among roster for our weekly deliveries, 70% of our clients are people with medical condition. Yes. And we're like murders. You just have to imagine it. Like we have a huge commissary, and then in one of our walls, a commissary, we put all the photos of our clients and then their medical
Condition.
conditions and then the restrictions of food. And then I've makanotice ko nga there are people who are fit but they have like high cholesterol, stuff like that, or they have like troubles with their liver. So maglahi-lahi gid siya. So katong imong gi-mention with a vegan, I think it's very isolated sa kay siya nga mga
Isolated
cases.
siya.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because you already covered, I'm sorry, don't judge me.
Yeah.
But you already covered also whenever people would be regular with Zumba and they seem to be not fit, but it's likely it's because their diet is not healthy, because you also mentioned
Oh.
earlier, di ba nga, you cannot exercise
Your
your
way
way
out from a bad
Yeah,
diet.
so I think that's also something that our viewers should be more mindful of.
Oh, tinuod. Yeah, tinuod. Ma-affect sa nimong performance actually if you have a bad nutrition. Like for myself, I have a good experience of that. Like 2 months ago, last month I was at a powerlifting competition. And then so I need to be like 74 kg, and then 2 weeks before the competition I was at 71 kg. So I needed to eat a lot. So I ate. I was like that bomb gyud nga murag. Ako na ning kanon tanan oy just so I could reach like 74 kg. And then performance wise, oh goodness, I wasn't really performing well because instead of like fueling my body with good food with the proper nutrients, bati man kay nag-apas ko sa akong weight. So yeah, but I placed 4, so like
No, there's truth to that, because even if I'm fond of, I have an healthy style of
Yeah.
eating. I'm also into fried foods.
Mm.
Pero I do get notice that my focus
yeah,
is different
yeah,
when I'm eating too much unhealthy food.
yeah,
So I can tell also, even with my attention span,
Yeah.
especially for coffee drinkers. No, normally I would need the boost
yeah,
if I've been eating also unhealthy.
yeah.
So there's truth.
I have
that.
to share something to that, Tej, because most of our clients, like their doctors would recommend them na to avoid kanang anything that's fried and oily because it affects like greatly sa liver. Yeah.
I've heard about that also.
Yeah. I was like, oh damn, like this is something that we don't get to like uh, what do you call this, like dita mindful while we're like younger.
And
then we're
I
older.
think now I'm just reminded while we are into this conversation, although this is slightly out of the topic, but it's still about food.
Yeah.
I think it's the mindset also that has to change, and the context of my statement is also, especially that it's also the holiday season, kanang our fondness with buffet.
Ah, yes, yes.
Then among the things that I learned in economics is the, I hope I'm going to pronounce this correctly, satiety.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, you reach a certain point in which you already experience pain
Oh.
instead of satisfaction. But I think it's because the mindset would tell us that the more food you eat on a buffet, the better it is for
yes.
you, not realizing that after we reach a certain point, that's no longer satisfaction.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that's the same also with
Wow. That was
eating too much fatty food, no? Because it's lechon kawali, it's
Yeah.
binagoongang baboy, then it feels like there's satisfaction there. But if
Yeah.
you really take a step back,
yes.
it's not balanced. So that means the satisfaction is not as much as a balanced
Yeah,
diet.
I agree with you. Yes. Yeah, mas lisod gyud siya right now po sa season nato ng napadong siya.
Yes, so I think our viewers should be more mindful of this. But now let's move forward into, from healthy eating, you also ventured eventually into a different culinary playground.
Yeah.
no? So what's the story, Mampod, about? It's not a shift. It's just going into another territory.
Yeah. Yeah, Bell and Amadeus. Oh, I love Bell and Amadeus. The inception of Bell and Amadeus was back in 2022 September. So Bibo and I, we love our love language is service good. We love in fact, like one of my good friends, Gia, who's here.
Waiting for your copy.
Waiting for my coffee.
Okay.
Right, like she's like one of those. I met Gia back in 2021, and then we were at a gym, and then I told my partner, hey, you know what? I met new friends, and why don't we invite them over sa balay? And then he goes, sige, sige, like bring them over. So whenever I bring friends, I allow him to like be at the kitchen, siya na bahala and everything. And then to my surprise, he prepared a 6 course or a 7 course menu for my friends. I was like, no, you can't do this to me because like I just met them and then I just met them and
They might just disappear the week after.
Right, exactly. I was like, shoots. But like, yeah. So, and people loves that so much. And then, so my friends like encouraged us na, instead of bringing us here on a weekend and like, do this, why don't you just put up your own brick and mortar gyud na you can do this and serve people good and let them enjoy your dish developments too. So yeah, that was it. So we've put up Bell and Amadeus. We named it Bell and Amadeus because it's our second business, and my second name is Bell, and his second name is Amadeus. So that's why we called it.
Second name, second business.
Yeah, second name, second business. So Bell and Amadeus. Yeah.
So this one again, but not necessarily in the context of food, no. When we venture into something that's at least untested as far as we are concerned, or you are concerned, or your partner is concerned, what's the biggest fear, no? And the reason why I'm asking that, so that our viewers can also get, maybe they can identify with these fears and
Yeah.
get past them, no? Okay, I think that's where people would always focus on the comfort zone because it's comfortable.
Yeah. You mean like for the business aspect?
Yes, because this is another one, no?
Yeah. Well, it's always there, guys. Like and I've had a lot of fears. I'm putting up Bell and Amadeus. In fact, like I've thought about like, nah, I'm already in business for like 8 years at that time, 2022. Ning ko nga, I think okay na ni siya and all that because I already have learned a lot from Diet in a Box. And then when we opened Bell and Amadeus, it's a different kind of monster.
True.
So and I get to like experience like a lot of challenges that's really entirely different from Diet in a Box because this time it's not like a delivery service. The people really go there and try your food. So I've thought the first fear I had was, what if people would not understand the reasons why we put up this business? Like perhaps like it's only dedicated to my friends, like they understood why we're preparing this very well curated food to them. Second was like, what if Cebu wasn't really ready for it, no? Like kanabitong it might be too progressive, no, because most of the at that time there were only a few progressive restaurants at that time. But nindut king Cebu because in a span of 3 years there were like a lot of progressive restaurants. Like perhaps they were inspired by us. Yeah, but like right now there's a lot na. So before daghan kay casual. So that was one of the many fears. Like what if Cebu's not ready for a progressive restaurant like us, and what if they don't understand why we're doing it? But yeah, but like just like what I did with Diet in a Box, we were just really focused of the reasons why we're doing it, and from friends dining in regularly, we became friends with strangers like who would dine there and would appreciate our culinary offerings, and we became. I even have a really close friend right now. Her name is G Robor. Hi, Miss G Robor and John. They're in Hong Kong right now, but like they're one of our advocates at Balan Amadeus, and now they became like close friends, and they're able to appreciate the things that we do at BNA.
So I think that would also help our viewers manage their fears, no?
Tinood.
Fears plays. Second place. No, no, but
First, second, third.
anyway, sige. Going back to fears, no? Sorry for
Yeah.
digressing. Going back to fears, was there a time in which like the construction is already ongoing, or you're about to open, and then a thought came inside your head telling you that this might not work?
Well, I never had that. I never had that. Once I do something, I commit. I think that's the athlete in me. Like, I need to finish something that I've started. One of the many great things I love about myself and is the idea good na. I have this trait na. If I have a vision, I really need to if I have a vision, I really need to commit to that. Like, I really need to see it clearly. And what I love about myself is that I make the people like around me, I show them that vision too. So I never experienced that na that we were already in construction and nakathink ko dili na lang siguro, or what if this wouldn't work. I've thought about like while it was constructing, I've thought about it was already full, people were serving, were having fun. That was like the image in my head. Even up until now, like I still have that image in my head, like which is a good thing for young entrepreneurs out there, or for those people who wanted to do entrepreneurship. I think we have to. That's it's normal to have like cognitive dissonance, most especially na you're risking so much, but just commit to it and enjoy the process. There's no such thing as failure. You only learn from the challenges. You even up until now, like we're already 3 years, huh? But there are days na bago ang problem, and we never experienced this 3 years ago. And to think it's a restaurant, you're supposed to be experiencing something, but on a daily nadri something na mo abot nga different. And an entrepreneur's mindset should enjoy the process. It shouldn't be like kanang
Too caught up with the stress
Yo.
or the drama.
yeah.
By the way, I'm just reminded also about the common question that I get now when I have a conversation with people, because I also transition from corporate to entrepreneurship.
I see.
In your case, how were you able to leap? No, because I think that's some people, they have their ideas, they also have their own vision, but they are just so caught up with the comfort zone.
The
no?
comfort zone.
So how were you able to finally like, I'm comfortable with this, but I need to do this?
Yeah. Wow. Wow. 2014. I was still working at a corporate. It's an Australian company. I've been with them for 7 years. And then I've learned so much from the business. Really, they've assigned me to the business development department. I've learned so much. Then makakita kasi myself of like helping the company, and then oh god, I can do this for myself. I've had those moments too now. What if like if I go out and it wouldn't work, you know? But
Because
that,
there's constant revenue, and this is uncertain.
Right.
While the possibility of returns can be
Right.
higher, pero it's not as constant as receiving a monthly pay.
exactly. Tinuod jud ka ana. I've experienced that myself. But it pays to have like kanang you get to have confidence manggod if you get to write everything down, and I was being strategic about everything. I wasn't just like, oh, I feel like. It was like, oh, I feel no, like I knew that I was ready to get out because I all the things that I wrote on the paper about the reasons why I should put up my own business, they were already there. I was already experiencing it. So it wasn't really a feeling. I was already doing it myself. It was more of like me stepping out from my comfort zone na lang yun, the usual comfort. And then nahadlok sad ko at that time actually when nindot kay to siya nga feeling, Dij, and thank you for reminding me of that. Lami kaayo siya paminawon right now, gikilig ko because I actually resigned twice from my company. The first resignation, they didn't accept it. They asked me like, basig, basig it's just like because you just wanna you wanted to
Something
try
new.
something new, right? I was like, no, ingin sila, sige, give it another shot, maybe 2 months pa. And then my boss from Australia really flew here and said like, sige, I want to see what you wrote and if ever you're doing the right thing. And so when she saw everything, she goes like, yeah, like you're already doing these things. And then the the system that you're going to build for this business, which is at that time Diet in a Box, mo naman ni siya. So I think it's time for you to go outside of the company. So it helped also na I was surrounded by people na who believe in my vision. Yeah. One of the many things na mahadlok sa ang tao to go out is like if you're surrounded by people who are like, oh,
Who are risk averse, no?
Yeah.
Or nega.
yeah, mga nega niya. Instead of gaining confidence, ikaw na hinuon, you'd have like second thoughts also because the people around you are like having doubts. But
I
thank
think
God.
I think that's a good point because I think there's a cliche, but it's true. Na we become the people we surround ourselves with.
Tinuod.
So if for a person thinking about moving from corporate to being an entrepreneur, it helps if that person is an environment of
Exactly.
people who are also entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if all of them are not taking the leap, then what are
Exactly.
your chances of being encouraged
Exactly.
to take that leap?
Exactly. And funny, most people they take advice from people who are not really doing the thing, which is funny, you know. Like you should be like getting advices from people who are already doing the
That's a
thing.
good point.
Yeah. So
The other thing also is people would see the success, but they don't necessarily see the sacrifices, no? Sige,
yes.
what were the sacrifices that you had to make, no, for your vision to become a reality?
Oh God.
This
Wow,
is top 3
what
na.
a powerful question that is. Here one is as you know, I'm my business partner is also the love of my life, and one of the sacrifices is kind of good. Like sometimes we get to, because he's also competitive and I'm competitive, and he loves to work. I love to work. So many times Age na we're wearing our like business hat still, and then nanamis balay, and we're still
Mo carry over.
yeah. And then one of the many things that na sacrifice namo was like, you know, the honeymoon stage namo. We're supposed to be getting to know more about like ang individual aspect unta, but like now we're so focused about the murag mahug na he's more of a business partner than the love of my
Ah.
life. That's one of the many sacrifices I've had. I could have, but lingaw man sad siya. Like you really have to have that like wonderful like emotional intelligence, good, and you get to sharpen that as you progress. That's one. Number two is time. You would lose a lot of your time, good. Like if you want something, you would lose it. I call that, and I always tell my friends of this. You better listen to this to my soon friends. There's always a trade off. There's always a trade off. If you want something, you're going to lose something, and I feel like that's the psychology of the universe. Like sa ako, I had a vision and I wanted to succeed. I want to reach it, and in doing so, I've lost a lot of time for my family, time for my friends, and I had any more realize because like things are different. Things change now.
And that's, I think, now that you're, and that's magic, by the way. No. Anyway, and now that you mentioned that, I'm reminded about the importance of vision, and we can translate it also to a personal why. Because yes, there will always be trade-offs, and if our why or if our vision, as you say, is not solid enough,
True.
then that's also when people are more the tendency to quit, no? Because
You
the
know what?
why or the vision is not strong enough.
You know what?
No.
People know the how part, like they know how to execute it because they've read it from a book or they've heard it from someone. But if you don't have a strong reason, you don't have a strong purpose, your why, but you're not able to execute your how perfectly or like beautifully.
And I hope that our young viewers are able to capture that, no? Because I think there's the tendency to go for the dream
Yeah.
without necessarily owning that dream, no? And the how eventually to make that dream happen, and the
Yeah.
sacrifices
Tinuod.
that's required, no?
Tinuod. People celebrate with you na like without knowing the things that you've went through, the sacrifices, and I feel like there's more impact or more meaning if ever people understand and see the sacrifices. Yeah.
Now, speaking about sacrifices, no, and thinking about other people, I also learned that recently your vision or the work is no longer just about food, no. So you've taken that same heart into communities through Minds on Wheels.
That's right.
So how did this vision also start?
Um, we the inception of Minds on Wheels was 2019, but we've started helping out 2018. It became official, it became public when we've officially made it like an NGO na gyud, like all the papers and all that 2019. But I'm an educator, and then I'm a son of a well celebrated educator. My mom, she loves teaching. She's a teacher. She loves teaching kids, and then like as you progress with your journey in life in entrepreneurship, you get to understand na um, you did not come this far to only come this far. There are actually a lot of reasons why you're here, and one of the many things I believe that I exist is I need to also the reasons why I have these blessings, kay, and a lot actually. It's because I have this responsibility to help the community, and I'm genuine kay ko ani because I come from a family where um, my parents were both working, but in the province we've had like little like learning materials, and somehow it affected my education. Yeah, and then when I became comfortable, um, I saw a lot of families who are also experiencing the same thing. Yeah, reflective kay siya for me. I'm very philosophical about those things. So, yeah, and there's just so many. And how can you keep that to yourself, right? So, if I share a little, the impact is a lot actually. So, we built Minds on Wheels 2019. The concept is a moving library, so we get to visit from one school. We spend 8 weeks there. Tas move na sad me to another school. And this is not just like we go to a specific school, read and leave. We don't do that, huh? We came up with a curriculum, a module where we get to enhance the bottom performers reading and comprehension. Good. So dili lang siya kanang char-char lang ka ng basa-basa or something. Like naagid siya kanang what do you call this one? Naagid siya assessment, and then a curriculum, and then the result. And so far we've visited a lot of schools already, 16 schools with 12 learning drives. There's an increase of 35% sa reading and comprehension, right? Imagine that. Imagine that. So, if I have a lot of trucks, my God, mabusy gid siguro ko. But I'm not going to leave business for sure.
No, but I think there's the part there that I will also remember and use the line more often. Katong when you said that you have not come this far
To
just
only come this far.
to only come this far. So there's the purpose, no, of our success. It's not just about ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, I can relate to your advocacy specific to literacy
Yeah.
because when I saw the Philippine literacy number,
Oh,
it's
terrible.
already around 70%. Although because they change it to functional
Yes.
literacy, which is what you said, dili siya char-char lang. They read, they write, but they can really follow instruction about what they read and what they write. No?
Yes.
So how in through Minds on Wheels, although you've stated that already, how does the mobile library and the 8-week learning drive help augment this gap?
So it's so we visit a specific school for 8 weeks. So on that 8 weeks, on every Friday of that 8 weeks, we bring in teacher volunteers. So this time, the teachers, because ang problem good sa public school is that they get to have like 50 to 60 learners to one teacher. So if you
And then
think
shifting.
yeah, and if you think of that, the learning acquisition is gamay gud kaayo siya. Kay daghan gud kaayo in one classroom. So what we're doing is different. So we choose like 50 bottom performers from grades 3 to 5. What we do is that one teacher is to five learners. So kana para maatiman gid namo ang ilahang progress, ang ilahang development. So we came up with learning materials like reading books niya, come up with different comprehension activities revolving around the book. So in every session, in every Friday of that 8 weeks, kids would learn 10 new words. So by the end of 8 weeks, that's already 80 new words, right? And then mailhan gid nimo Dij, because like there's an assessment on the first week. They get to answer a questionnaire, and like 15% ragid ang ilang maansiran of the words that's there. And then but at the end of the 8 weeks, makit-an gud nimo nga duha na lay mistake or tulo na lay mistake, and that's because we're very focused on the learners. So one teacher is to five, and then the module is very interactive. Grabe gid kay siya. We have like flashcards, and then this time what makes Minds on Wheels impactful this time is that karon we're focused on the city. In the past 4 years, we were focused on the province, and we already gathered data sa atong mga learners sa kanang rural. This time sa urban, it's our first time na amis Labangon ni partner ta with Cebu Normal University.
Which was supposed to be my next question. Where are you getting the volunteers?
Yeah, grabe kayong CNU. Like CNU, thank you so much. Thank you so much, CNU. We've partnered with their education department, to Dr. Alda. You are an amazing person. So when we pitched in the idea, ganahan kayo sila. And there is a Cebu, like we know CNU, they produce like the best teachers. So now they send out like teachers every Friday. Grabe. Amazing. So with a really good curriculum and a really good teacher, so grabe kayo ang result.
How about the funding model to sustain this one?
So it's actually my corporation who funds Minds on Wheels right now. Yeah. So to those who are watching out there, you better help the community, because we can do so much if you have extra right there. You could help us out. Ang nag-fund gid entirely is also more food corporation. Even when you say volunteers, you still give them an allowance, right? And then food and everything. Also the kids, every Friday we get to give them food also. Lami kayo among food because it's diet in a box. Yes.
Yeah, that is a good component. Now, for some of our viewers, they just see this as food.
Oh, no.
But for the students, especially those marginalized students
Yeah.
in public schools,
Yes.
it's an incentive also
True.
for them to participate in a program like this.
True.
So nutrition, not many people have a better appreciation for this one, but nutrition is a very important component to learning. No?
Tinuod gid na. In fact, like in one of our modules, duha ka sessions kay we talk about nutrition. Yeah.
So now we're about moving towards the last chapter of the Q&A.
The last chapter it is.
So how do you balance running two successful businesses and then also doing your social advocacy project?
Wow. I never asked myself of that. How do I balance? I actually don't. Wait, how do I balance? I work out on a weekly. So I'm not going to show you my calendar though, because it's crazy. But like I make it to a point, kid na, because I need to protect me, Deej. I need to protect my mental state also. So what better way to do that? Kay mag-workout gid ko. So I play tennis on a weekly. I play jiu-jitsu. I train jiu-jitsu. Then I have like CrossFit also. Then powerlifting. Kana depende ra gid siya. Like,
And thank you for sharing that, because I also met some people in which they see personalities or celebrities like you, and then they
wow,
don't
celebrity.
and they don't have as much appreciation about what you also do to take care of yourself.
Oh yes, like dapat you need to love you first so that you can love others. That's like RuPaul. That's RuPaul. Hello RuPaul. Like Yes, like you really have to like sharpen your saw. You really have to. So you gotta read a book. People, you gotta read a book for here. Then you gotta lift for here. You gotta eat for your whole body. You gotta go to. You need to go to church for spiritual. You know, that's how you sharpen your saw. You can't serve and love others if you don't. You can't share something you don't have. Hello,
Very,
mom.
yeah.
Hello, mom. You can't share something you don't have. So you really need to love you first so that you can love others.
Better.
Yeah.
So I think that that's already a good way to close this. But
Oh.
just in case, no, do you have any word of advice,
Oh,
no,
good.
or wisdom or insights, no, for our would-be entrepreneurs
Ah.
in the audience, no, the little chimes, no, watching.
Wow. Wow. An advice? Well, my advice to all the young entrepreneurs and to those who want to be in business, I most of the people that I talk to and I get to share this. There was a group gani like 2 months ago. I got to share this sa ilahang what do you call this um, graduation. I told them na um, it's a misconception that if you put up something and then people immediately go to you because you have an idea, that's actually wrong. And I've seen a lot of people do that. What we should do, kay, as entrepreneurs, is if we have something, if we have a vision, if we have an idea, it has to be us na who needs to explain it to the world para they get to understand the reasons why we're doing it. And by doing so, if makasabot sila, that's the time that they get to appreciate your services, no, your vision, and that's one thing. Second is you really have to be rooted to the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. Lisod kaayo nga you're going to sell something na you don't even like know, or like simply because you're selling it because of the money. Batik kayo na siya. It's not going to be impactful on the long run. You have to, because when you meet challenges, dali kay ka mo give up if ever you're not rooted to your why. And for 11 years of doing business, you would experience a lot of troubles, and your why is actually your golden bullet to like to fixing things. So you have to understand the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, and I say that with Kuan Gud, like with I'm not even like sharing this because like I'm here, but now, which is better because now good ko experience towards this. So it's a good insight, good for everyone who's listening. Now, because I never had this. I never had this experience na I'm watching from sa screen and listening to these. Wala good. Like if I've had this, I could have built an empire already.
You had to go to the library during your time.
Yes, wala ba yung mga ingon ani niya? Business books before, they were very difficult, no? But karon like easy.
They're
kayo
on the second
access.
floor of a bookstore.
Of a bookstore.
I almost said
Nice
already.
kayo niyang
Yeah.
imong platform, DJ. I have to say this is a very good platform because like there are people out there who needs to hear these kinds of like conversation. I never gotten to like have this conversation before. If ever no daghan na siguro ko yung company now. Daghan na gid kayo. But like speaking of, I'm gonna take this opportunity.
Okay. I'm
Nasad,
bracing. Okay.
nasad me another business actually. It's called Sugbo Hub. Yes, it's online. You can order sa Grab. Yes.
So it's like an app.
Yes, sa Grab app. Yes, you can order food sa Grab app. And namo gyud mga people who want like I'm so sorry. Bigger food plates. So we do that for catering and
For the holiday season.
for the holiday season. Yes. Order niyo
And
guys.
beyond.
Sugbo Hub, guys.
Oh. And again, thank you for joining us today,
Thank you, Kaayo.
Chime. No?
Thanks, Kayo. Thanks.
Because this is while we are 24 days before Christmas, but we are, is it 30 days before 2026?
Bitaw.
So it's a good mindset also for our viewers to ponder and reflect during the holiday season so that they will have an even better new year.
Yes.
So thank you very
No, thank
much.
you. Thank you, Kaayo.
And all the best for your upcoming fight. No, this is
Yes.
sports fight. No.
Yes. I'm fighting Philippines versus US and Taiwan. Yes, let's go.
Sige, so that wraps up this edition of Beyond the Headlines. We hope today's conversation helps shed light on the bigger picture behind the story. Once again, would like to thank our guest, CHIME OSABEL, for helping us connect the dots in ways that matter. So thank you for being with us today. I'm DJ Moises. Talk to you tomorrow. Happy holidays.
Wow.